Right, okay, here we go on a flying lap at the Dundrod Circuit, Ian. Okay, so you've just come out of Dawson's, you're howling along that start and finish line.
Yeah, you'd be howling along here now. You're coming out of Dawson's in sort of 4th gear, 5th gear, nicking 6th gear just past the pits.
Okay.
On the bottom gate into the pit entrance. As you head down the Flying Kilo, head down towards Rock Bends. It's the fastest part of the circuit, and this is where they have the speed trap. Usually around 190, maybe this year I would have said it'd be up a couple of mile an hour, maybe 195 through the speed trap there, just before Rock Bends. Back a gear, it's very bumpy going into this corner. Just come back 1 gear, a little bit of a squirt on the throttle until you come back another gear, 4th through the right hander at Rock Bends. Accelerate hard in 4th, just nick 5th, back to 4th, then running down towards Leathamstown. Hard on the brakes, back to 1st gear. You need to get a good drive out of this 1st gear corner to get a good run down the hill and up towards Deersley. But it's very hard, the bike will start a wheelie, and although it's going downhill, it still wants to wheelie going down the hill. So you'll be up to 3rd, 4th gear before it stops wheeling. Back brake on, stop the wheel coming up too much. 5th gear, 6th gear just as you round the top corner before you head towards Deersley. In towards Deersley, back to 4th gear on the superbike, running out right out towards the left-hand white line. As just as you go over the first bit of the hill, you nick 5th gear, and there's another little bit of a dip halfway down. Then you nick 6th gear early. You hit the bottom, the bike compresses, and up over again, and down, flat in 6th, down towards Cochranestown. Back brake as it comes over the top of the hill again, it stops the bike wanting to go vertical, which you need, especially with the winds. The winds tend to come across this part of the circuit and get underneath the front wheel and try and lift it up even further. Down into Cochranestown, 2nd gear, very difficult corner because it's usually a little bit damp. If it's been raining at all, it'll be damp under this part, under the trees, just as you around Cochranestown. There's also a new surface now from here right the way for the next 3 miles, so this year should be a lot different and hopefully grippier. Not there was any problem with grip before, but it was just a little bit bumpy. Head along towards Quarterlands, 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th gear, back to 2nd gear for Quarterlands corner. Again, trees are overhanging as you approach Quarterlands. A little bit damp under the trees, hard on the brakes in Quarterlands. But again, you need to get a good fast exit out of Quarterlands to get through islands and out in towards Bordeaux corner. Through islands, it's a 3rd gear corner, a good drive up the hill, 4th, 5th gear. You won't quite get 6th gear as you head up towards Bordeaux, one of the fastest corners in the roads calendar, because it's 170 mile an hour probably, 160 mile an hour certainly, back in 5th gear. Very hard. The bike used to wheelie a little bit coming out there. I don't know if it will this year. They seem to have smoothed the bumps out as you exit Bordeaux corner. Head up towards Joey's Windmill. You'll just nick 6th gear before Joey's Windmill, back to 3rd. Very difficult corner. It swings left just before Joey's Windmill and then right. Hard on the gas, uphill. Anywhere there's a uphill section, you need to get a good drive to get the maximum out of the bike. Through Jordan's Cross, nicking back up to 5th, 6th gear as you head towards Wheeler's Corner. Again, hard on the brakes, back to 2nd, maybe 3rd gear for Wheelers, 3rd probably on the superbike. Through Wheelers, a very fast and flowing type of corner, as most of the Dundrod circuit is. And you head along 3rd, 4th, 5th gear before you brake for Tornagruff corner. Very sharp left-hander, 2nd gear, and through Tornagruff, you're hard on the brakes through there. It swings left and then right and then left again down towards the hairpin. Hard on the brakes, one of the most difficult corners, though it's only a hairpin. It always seems to be a very slippery because of the trucks seem to use this route a lot and leave a lot of grit, and the road is quite polished, so very difficult corner. Out of the hairpin, a little bit bumpy coming out of the hairpin. Accelerate second, third, fourth, heading towards float bog corner. Some back brake as you come out the hairpin, and again because of the low speed of the bike, and the bike wanted to wheelie out of there. As you get up to fourth, you let the back brake off. Fifth gear, back to fourth for flow bog, through flow bog, fourth, fifth, heading down to the first part of the quarries, very technical part of the circuit. You're up into, you won't get sixth, you might just about get sixth just before it, back to fifth through the first part, through the right-hander, then back to third for the next left-hander. Now, Bruce Ansie's very good through this part of the circuit. He's passed me there a couple of times and got the win there in 2004 on the 600. So,
let's say about that better.
Yeah, that's a little better. But if you're heading for the last lap, then you've got to keep across to the left-hand side of the road. Although you want to use the right-hand side to stop it, and you come up your inside through the left-hander in towards Dawson's corner, the last corner. You back up to fourth gear, out of Dawson's, fourth, fifth, and across the start and finish to start another lap.
Yeah, Ian, I'm out of breath just listening to that there. Is the hair all dishevelled here? My hair's all blown away with the speeds. What sort of what would be the maximum speed? What area of the track would be the maximum speed sort of thing?
I would say it's down towards the rock bends on this part of the circuit,
yep.
Or even up towards the Deer's Leap. Although you're going uphill, it feels faster than down the Flying Kilo, but the Flying Kilo is probably the fastest part.
And that Bordeaux, you reckon that's the fastest corner?
Yes, Bordeaux, I would say, yeah, it's one of the fastest corners anywhere. With it's fifth gear, this is TT gearing, so it'd be very, very fast.
That's probably the reason it's hard to get a spot up there at the hedges, because everybody seems to go there.
Yeah, it's too scary, I think, to watch.
Do you have a look at this fans all the way around and the programmes?
Yeah, funny enough, you always sort of notice people on the way out of Bordeaux, along towards Joey's, and there are some people standing there, and I always think, I would like to be stood there. If anything went wrong, you'd be happy to avoid it when you come through there. But,
Well, that's brilliant, Ian. That is really fantastic to get actually taken around there. Basically as good as a pillion ride around the track. So
that gives you some sort of idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway.
From the smoothest man ever seen round the place, I must admit. Okay, Ian, thanks for that, pal.
Okay,
all the best for next week anyway. We'll
Thank
catch
you
you
very
later.
much.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers.